Before we rev this engine up, do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. It'll really make a difference. And hey, drop a comment down below. What do you want for Christmas? I got a feeling your wish will really come true tonight. Now let's ride. Well, it was Christmas Eve down on Main Street Square. I had a fresh tin of pomade in my hair. I was polishing the chrome on my 57 ride. Cherry red paint with the flames on the side. The town was asleep, tucked all snug in their beds, but I was out looking for some gearhead cred. The snow was falling soft on the asphalt track when I heard a mighty rumble from behind my back. It wasn't a Chevy, a Ford, or a Merc. It made a strange sound, kind of a jingle bell jerk. A shadow flew over, blocked out the moon, and landed right next to me at the Greasy Spoon. Well, the door slid open on the souped up sleigh. Big man stepped out in a rockin' way. He wore a leather jacket over his red suit and black motorcycle boots on his big old foot. He tipped the shades down, gave my car a look, said that's a pretty mean machine in my naughty book. You think the Detroit Iron has got the stuff to beat 8 flying reindeer when the going gets tough? I said, listen here, Santa, don't you start no beef. This V8 engine gonna give you grief. He laughed a big laugh, shook his belly like jelly, said race you to the clock tower, don't dilly-dally. Gonna rock, we're gonna roll a high-octane Christmas down deep in my soul, with the jingle bells ringing and the tailpipes hot, giving Christmas Eve everything we got. Yeah, rock, Santa rock. We lined them up straight at the traffic light. The elves were taking bets on the side of the night. And Rudolph walked out to the center line, his nose glowing red like a stop sign shine. I revved up my engine, made the glass packs roar. Santa snapped his reins and those reindeer tore. Rudolph blinked green and we peeled out fast, leaving burnt rubber and snow in the past. We hit 100 miles an hour past the 5 and dime, making record-breaking, rocking Christmas time. Dasher and Dancer were huffing hard steam, but my 4-barrel carb was living the dream. We swerved around the fountain in the center of town. Neither one of us was gonna back down. He threw a candy cane at my windshield glass. I shifted into third and I hit the gas. Neck and neck, running side by side, the wildest Christmas present delivering ride. He pulled a lever on the dashboard wood, and sparks started flying from under his hood. The sleigh lifted up, wheels left the ground. He was flying 10 feet over the snowy mound. I yelled, hey, that's cheating, you sneaky old cat. He just winked his eye and adjusted his hat. But a little Christmas magic hit my tires too. My Chevy took flight, what else could it do? We were flying past the steeples and the chimney tops, 2 hot rods flying till the music stops. We crossed the finish line at the very same beat, a dead even tie on the dead-end street. We landed in a drift snow, flying high underneath the frosty Christmas sky. Well, he jumped out the sleigh and he shook my hand, said, you're the fastest hot rodder in the whole wide land. I gotta go deliver toys, I'm running late, but that was the best race since 58. We're gonna rock, we're gonna roll a high-octane Christmas down deep in my soul, with the jingle bells ringing and the tailpipes hot, giving Christmas Eve everything we got. Yeah, rock, Santa rock. Yeah, keep rocking, Santa. Go, cat, go.
Run, nobody, what, run, boys, run! I was sitting by the fire feeling mighty smug, sipping on a cider from a ceramic mug. I looked at the tree and I counted the box. I had a tie for dad and a pair of socks. In a cold sweat hit me like a bucket of ice. I checked my list once and I checked it twice. I bought a bone for the dog and a toy for the lad, but I forgot to buy a present for my sweet wife's bed. I looked at the clock, it was 5:45. The department store closes at 5:55. I grabbed my coat and I lost my shoe. I had 10 short minutes to make it through. I jumped in the Buick and I slammed the door. I floored the pedal to the metal floor. I ran a yellow light and I skidded the turn, smelling the rubber of the white walls burn. I slid into the lot on 2 side wheels, screeching like a banshee on automobile heels. I saw the security guard with the keys in his hand, ready to lock up the shopping land. I dove through the door just as it shut tight. I yelled, wait a minute, buddy, don't turn out the light. He looked at his watch and he shook his head. You got 5 minutes, pal, or you're as good as dead. I ran to the counter where the perfume sat. My heart was pumping like a tom-tom hi-hat. I saw the last bottle of Gardenia Blue, the only gift that would see me through. But then I saw a shadow coming down the aisle, a man with a desperate and a crazy smile. He was 6'4" with a greased up quiff, and he caught the Gardenia perfume sniff. It's the 5:55 panic, the last minute dash. We got cash in the pocket and we're ready to crash. It's a battle of the husbands on the linoleum floor, fighting for our lives at the department store. Look out! We locked our eyes like a western duel, two desperate men playing the Christmas fool. He lunged for the bottle with a heavy grunt, but I was ready for the shopping stunt. I did a slide tackle past the lingerie rack. He jumped over me with a quarterback sack. We knocked over a dummy in a wedding gown, tearing the display stand all the way down. He grabbed the bottle, but it slipped from his grip. It flew in the air with a triple flip. I jumped off the counter like an acrobat star, reaching for the glass like a cookie jar. I caught it in my left hand, safe and sound. I landed on my feet on the polished ground. The other guy cried with a tear in his eye. My wife is gonna kill me, kiss my life goodbye. I felt a little pity for the poor old bloke. I saw a silk scarf and I gave him a poke. Take this scarf, it's 100% pure. He said, thanks buddy, that's a miracle cure. We ran to the register and slapped the money down, the two fastest shoppers in the whole of the town. We walked out the door as the lights went black, with the trophies of the hunt in the paper sack. You get the receipt. Yeah. You get the gift wrap. Oh no. Run! It's the 5:55 panic, the last minute dash. We got cash in the pocket and we're ready to crash. It's a battle of the husbands on the linoleum floor, fighting for our lives at the department store. Look out!
You think that's bright, Bob? Put your sunglasses on, pal. It started on the 1st of December last year. My neighbor Big Bob, he cracked a beer. He put a plastic snowman on his front lawn grass and shouted, hey buddy, try to beat my class. Well, I took the challenge, I took it to heart. I went to the hardware store and filled up the cart. I bought 100 strings of the twinkling red. I'll bury him in lumens is what I said. Bob saw my porch and he shook his fist. He added 8 reindeer to his laundry list. He put them on the roof in a synchronized line, running off a generator, doing just fine. I went to the basement and I grabbed the ladder. I said size doesn't count, but brightness matters. I lined the gutters with the neon green, the brightest color that the world has seen. The meter on the side of the house was spinning, but I knew deep down that I was winning. Bob escalated with a Santa Claus that waved his hand without a single pause. I wired up a speaker to a candy cane, playing jingle bells loud enough to drive you insane. I aimed it straight at his bedroom window glass, giving him a dose of the holidays ass. It's a Christmas light war burning up the fuse. We're gonna end up on the evening news with a zap and a pop and a blinded sight. We're burning down the grid on a silent night. Flash, bam, alakazam. Bob bought a blow-up Snoopy 10 feet high. It blocked out the moon and it blocked out the sky. He tethered it down with a heavy steel chain. Looking like a blimp in the freezing rain, I retaliated with nativity scene. With real-life actors and a spotlight beam, I hired some sheep and a donkey too. The airplanes were circling looking for the strip, confusing my driveway for a landing trip. The neighbors were complaining about the glare. They had to wear shade just to comb their hair. Bob climbed up the oak tree with a staple gun. He wasn't gonna stop till the war was won. He wrapped every branch in a purple glow, putting on a psychedelic light bulb show. I climbed up the chimney with a star of gold, shivering and shaking in the bitter cold. I slipped on a shingle and I slid right down, nearly broke my neck in my dressing gown. It was Christmas Eve, the final showdown hour. We were sucking up all of the city power. Bob yelled, watch this, and he threw the main switch with a manic laugh and a nervous twitch. I grabbed my lever and I pulled it tight, turning night into a blinding white. The wire started smoking, the transformer hum. My fingers were frozen and my brain was numb. Then came a noise like a cannon blast. The grid gave up, it couldn't last. The spark flew out and the street went black. There wasn't any turning or going back. Bob, you there? Yeah. You got a flashlight? Nope. Want a beer? Yep. It's a Christmas light war burning up the fuse. We're gonna end up on the evening news with a zap and a pop and a blinded sight. We're burning down the grid on a silent night. Flash, bam, alakazam. You know, Bob, your house looks better in the dark. Shut up and pass the eggnog! It's a Christmas light war burning up the fuse. We're gonna end up on the evening news with a zap and a pop and a blinded sight. We're burning down the grid on a silent night. Flash, bam, alakazam.
Well, grab your toolbox, cats. We got a situation here. Let's go!
Well, the clock struck 12 on the living room wall. The house was quiet, didn't hear a footfall. I walked to the garage with a swagger in my stride, ready to build the toys for the morning ride. I grabbed a box labeled rocket ship bike, the kind of shiny chrome that the cool cats like. I ripped off the tape and I dumped it on the floor, looking like a junk pile from the hardware store. The instructions were written in a foreign tongue. I tossed them in the trash where the mistletoe hung. I said, I don't need a map to tell me what to do. I'm a grease monkey daddy through and through. I grabbed a monkey wrench and a Phillips head. My eyes were getting heavy, wanting to go to bed. But I twisted on a nut and I tightened up a screw, thinking I could finish in a minute or two. Well, the handlebars went where the seat should be. It looked like a pretzel, plain to see. I scratched my head and I greased back my hair. There was smoke coming out of the frosty air. I banged my thumb with a heavy steel pipe. I let out a holler of the rock and roll type. I was hopping on one foot, holding on tight. It was turning into blue, blue Christmas night. I got the wrench twist boogie, I got the assembly blues. I got a pile of parts and a burning fuse with a leftover washer and a wobble in the wheel. I'm trying to make the Christmas magic real. Go, cat, go! The dog came sniffing at a plastic door. He chewed it into pieces on the sawdust floor. I chased him around the Chevy with a broom in my hand, the wildest chase in the winterland. I looked for the pedals, but they weren't in the sack. I must have left them sitting on the lumber rack. I crawled underneath the bench on my knees, sneezing in the dust like a mild disease. Then I moved to the dollhouse, painted in pink. My brain was starting to fuzz and blink. The walls were crooked and the roof wouldn't snap. I was falling right into the toy maker's trap. My wife came down wearing curlers in her hair. She saw me wrestling with a rocking chair. She didn't say a word, she just grabbed the glue and fixed a broken leg with a dab or two. She looked at the bike and she shook her head. You put the chain on backwards, dear, she said. She flipped it around with a feminine touch. I said, thank you, baby, thank you very much. We swept the extra pieces underneath the rug, gave my weary shoulders a little bitty shrug. Spare parts, I said with a confident grin. That's just the way the factory puts them in. We stood back and looked at the shiny toy roll, ready for the morning and the sunrise glow. My knuckles were busted and my back was sore, but we were ready for the kids to bust down the door. I hit the pillow hard at 4:45, happy just to be fully barely alive. Then the kids jumped on me with a happy scream, waking me up from my short little dream. Wait a minute, is that wheel supposed to fall off? Don't touch it, son.
It's a feature. Rock it, rock it, rock it, rock it, rock it.
I got the wrench twist boogie, I got the assembly blues. I got a pile of parts and a burning fuse with a leftover washer and a wobble in the wheel. I'm trying to make the Christmas magic real. Go, cat, go!
Honey, where's the aspirin? Merry Christmas, everybody!
Buckle up back there, we ain't stopping till we see the porch light.
It was December 23, 1985. The snow was coming down on the interstate drive. Dad was packing up the trunk of the wood panel Ford, trying to fit the presents in the ironing board. Mom made sandwiches wrapped in aluminum foil. Dad checked the tires and he checked the oil. Me and my brother fighting for the window seat, with a sleeping bag tangled around our feet. We didn't have no Google Maps to tell us where to go, just a crumpled paper atlas and the radio. Dad was cursing at the exit that we missed back there. Smoke from a cigarette filling up the air. The heater was broken, blowing nothing but cold. The station wagon was getting a little bit old. We wrapped ourselves in blankets up to our chin, singing Jingle Bell Rock with a frozen grin. We hit a patch of ice on the county line, slid sideways past the Welcome to Kentucky sign. Mom grabbed the dashboard with a knuckle white. Dad just steered into the skid and held on tight. We stopped at a diner with the neon glow, the only place open in the driving snow. A waitress named Sally poured the coffee black and gave us free pie for the journey back. Oh, it's a station wagon sleigh ride tonight, chasing down the memory of the tail light. No GPS, just the stars in the wheel, driving home for Christmas with a heart of steel. Roll on, highway, roll on. Back on the road, the gas light came on red. We can make it 10 miles is what my daddy said. We held our breath watching the needle fall, praying we wouldn't stall out near the shopping mall. My brother popped a cassette tape into the deck, classic rock and roll to save us from the wreck. We drummed on the seats to the heavy beat, throwing out our fingers and throwing out our feet. The windshield wipers couldn't keep up with the storm. We were dreaming of a fireplace nice and warm. The headlights cut a tunnel through the white and gray, leading us closer to the Christmas day. We saw a gas station shining like a holy shrine. We coasted in on fumes just across the line. Dad pumped the gas with a triumphant shout while we ran inside to buy the candy out. 5 hours later the snow began to break. My neck was stiff with the travel ache, but then I saw the chimney smoke rise in the air. We were turning down the driveway, we were finally there. Grandma's porch light was a beacon in the dark. The dog came running out with a happy bark. We spilled out of the car like a clown parade, the best destination that we ever made. Grandpa was waiting with the hot toddy mix, talking about the weather and politics. The smell of the turkey made the journey worth the pain, washing away the stress of the freezing rain. I look back now at that old rusty car. We didn't have much money, but we traveled far. The best gift wasn't wrapped under the tree, it was the wild ride home with the family. You know kids these days, they got screens in the back seat, they got heated seats. They don't know the character building of a frozen radiator at 2 a.m. But man, I miss that car. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's a station wagon sleigh ride tonight, chasing down the memory of the tail light. No GPS, just the stars and the wheel, driving home for Christmas with a heart of steel. Roll on, highway, roll on. Are we there yet? Don't make me turn this car around.